What's going on, you guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. The NHL entry draft of 2025 has officially wrapped up. And it was another not boring experience if you were a Montreal Canadiens fan. Y'all saw me overhyped yesterday about Noah Dobson. You can't blame me. I was overhyped today. It's going to be a bit more normal, Deeksy. One taker here. And we're going to talk about four players, the first four players drafted in the second and third round, because we want to talk about which players have the highest potential out of this draft to be part of the Montreal Canadiens' future. And these first four players are of some interest, starting with the first one. I'm not going to waste any time. I just watched the press conference with Nick Bobrov and Martin Lapointe, and hearing what we heard on these players, there was one player that was asked about from all the Montreal media more than any other, and that was Alexander Zharovsky. Okay, I was so worried about this pronunciation. Zharovsky. And if I have it wrong, please tell me. I'm pretty sure I looked it up. But the Canadiens traded up in the second round in order to be able to select this player. They traded picks 41 and 49 to get pick 34 from the Carolina Hurricanes to draft Zharovsky. This guy is literally childhood friends with Ivan Demidov himself. He is a special player, to say the very least. We're going to dive into the first four players, but the Montreal media asked almost, at least on all the English questions, they were all asking about Zharovsky. And I keep thinking I'm saying his name wrong. And if I am, please forgive me. It's the first go at it here. But I digress. This player has so much offensive upside and has apparently the best hands in the draft. From Marco D'Amico, who has been doing excellent coverage on the draft, by the way, and releasing really some genuinely good news lately, the word on the floor at the draft is that a lot of teams were hoping for Alex Zharovsky would fall to them. A few trusted hockey minds have praised it as a high upside pick, explains why the Canadiens were so aggressive in trading up for him. There are defensive concerns about him. He's still got a lot of room to fill out. There's a lot of other details to his game that he's got to work on. But Bob McKenzie himself even had him at 35th in his final draft rankings, and the Canadiens took him at 34. This guy has sick mitts, the sickest hands in the draft apparently. Offensively, this guy is another right winger, just like Demidov, just like his fellow countryman Demidov. They were childhood friends. And I'm just going to go ahead and read some stuff on this guy right away, because I am actually surprised that we were able to get this kid, and I really shouldn't be at this point because of how well the Canadiens drafting team has done. They've done outstanding. So let's read this. With Zharovsky, the selling point here is the pure, unadulterated skill that is impossible to teach. He's manipulative, deceptive, does it sound like any other Russian, and always dangerous with the puck on his stick in the offensive zone. That's from elite prospects, and that's a very small little sample of what he brings. This guy has huge offensive upside, and that's the risk you take with maybe the lackluster defensive profile that he has right now, but we don't know a ton about him. This is where he's ranked. I'm only giving you information that I'm getting that you guys probably also have, some of you, but I have to say that I was really excited when I heard about him, and the Canadiens had him ranked in the first round. 5 scouts, in fact, had him ranked as going in the first round, which he didn't. The Canadiens Nick Bobrov just shared, that they were planning to possibly draft him with 16 or 17 before they decided to go and do the Noah Dobson deal. So you can see how highly they think of this player. They met with him in person a couple times this season. They watched him play several times. I mentioned Bob McKenzie had him ranked at 35th. He's also got the same agent as Ivan Demidov. Big surprise. Dan Milstein represents every great Russian player, apparently. But the upside is truly special with him. He's a human highlight reel, I heard one of my friends say. And if this guy makes it, he's got top 6 potential. And that's what the Canadiens identified as the type of player profile they wanted to select in this draft. And to get it in the second round, that's the first pick they made. It's exciting. Now, I will say that he's not going to be here for at least a couple of years. He's under contract until May of 2027. So he's got all the time to develop the parts of his game that he needs to make himself a potential top 6 candidate for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm excited about this player, man. And I think a lot of us are. The best hands in the draft. Absolutely amazing upside offensively. Let's jump right into Hayden, and I do have his pronunciation listed here. Hayden Papanicus. And this guy has some folks pretty interested as well. He's a 6'4", 196-pound right shot centerman from Elite Prospects. This is a pretty long, detailed profile. A defensively sound center with details, pace, and physicality. Papanicus often negates the opposition's best players. He ties up sticks proactively, kills plays on the back check, and excels at supporting and winning battles down low. He's a fluid skater with a lot of flexibility, capable of chaining crossovers, heel-to-heel skating, and tight turns. His hands blend seamlessly with the skating, evident in his ability to evade poke checks and make plays at full speed. He connects difficult passes off the backhand, fires in stride, and has a blistering one-timer. So they got Papanicus in a trade with the Boston Bruins. They got him at 69th overall in the Kelowna Rockets. And an interesting pick here, folks. I mean, people thought, for some stupid reason, Mike McCarron came to mind as a player like, oh no, we're drafting a huge center and here we go again. No, this guy is a third rounder. Flat out pull up his numbers here. He's been in the WHL the last 4 seasons and not the greatest offensive numbers, but this is a guy that, I mean, third, fourth line center upside maybe. Like that's kind of it's sort of the sense I'm getting here. But again, I'm so new to this information with these players that I'm not going to get too overexcited, but I know that Papanicus has some interest from some fans. I've been seeing it online. I'm just going to keep going right into it. So I'm going to get into Bryce Pickford here. He's a right shot defenseman, and this guy has some pretty amazing numbers, especially for a defenseman. Let me just tell you right now that he's won 2 championships in the WHL already with the Seattle Thunderbirds and the Medicine Hat Tigers. I got to go right into his playoff numbers because in 18 games played this year in the playoffs, 13 goals, 11 assists, 24 points in 18 games. Bryce Pickford is a defenseman. He's a defenseman, a right shot defenseman with a heavy shot. A heavy shot. We got to pull up Bryce Pickford's profile from Elite Prospects. Pickford is an all-around defenseman with goal-scoring capabilities. He proactively fills gaps in the defensive zone coverage, many of which he creates with give and goes. Using the weak side, middle, and lateral space, he's constantly open for one-timers and especially walk-in wristers. When a pass comes near, he gets in motion, catches it straight into his shooting pocket, conceals it, his release, and snipes. So, I mean, that sounds great. That sounds good. Let's pull a pick for size here. 6 foot, 183 pounds. I mentioned a right shot defenseman. I mean, these are the first 4 players the Canadiens selected here. And I got to say that if Logan May, who doesn't work out as an example, as a third pair defenseman, which a lot of folks are just doubting him more as time goes on, is Bryce Pickford maybe somebody in a few years who's going to be ready? Now that we got Noah Dobson, David Reinbacher coming, we've still got Alexander Carrier, we still got Arbor Jacka, we still got Jaden Struble. I didn't mention some of those guys yesterday, but we still got them, and Mike Matheson too. So we have time to develop these players, right? So that's where there's no rush to by any means. So I'm just really excited about these players. Also, Arseny Radkov, the Canadiens drafted a goaltender out of Russia with their 82nd overall selection in the 3rd round as well. And his numbers look pretty good save percentage-wise. I'm not going to get into detail on him right now because I don't know a lot on him, but we got a goalie. We got another goalie in the prospect pipeline, so why not? Anyway, guys, that's the information I got on these players, and it's got me excited. Zharovsky, Demidov's best buddy, not best buddy, maybe. I don't know. They were buddies. Let's put it this way. And this guy sincerely has top 6 potential. We've talked about the Canadiens needing a second-line center and a top 6 upgrade on the wing, and they may have drafted that here. And he may not be here for a few years at least, I know. But the Canadiens are going to put him on the right development path, and I'm expecting good things. This was a big swing for them. They really believe in him, and I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think down below. Let me know what you think of these players. You know we're going to talk about Zharovsky, please correct me. Anyway, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Go Habs, go. It was a good draft. And we'll see you hopefully very soon at free agency. Ciao.